to Spark, the series podcast for the student life in Australia. And keep it real, today we are talking about how we can survive in Australia as a first year student. Just me, it's a whole vibe. You might think you know what to expect, but babe, it's not really like that. It's totally different from what some you are used to. So let's go into it. In Australia, it's not just about listening in class. You're gonna engage, ask questions, or maybe participate to the classroom, whether it's group work in critical thinking. They want you to level up yourself. That's why we have this podcast today. Today, we will give you the information on the Australian education system, the various metrics by which your teachers are going to judge you, what to expect in your classroom in the assessment to help you have more confidence in the classroom. So now enough of me talking. Let's meet our amazing guest who's going to break it down for you. Welcome, Yuben from Cambodia.
Hello,
Can you
I'm
introduce
Yupen.
yourself
I'm from Cambodia.
and what you study right now?
I'm doing Bachelor of Pharmacy in La Trobe University.
Oh, it
Currently,
sounds
I'm
amazing.
I'm currently in year 2 now.
So I think you have such experiences to share today.
Yeah, kind of.
So are you ready?
Yeah.
Let's move to the first sections. Differences between Aussie and Asian education. Now it's time for the real talk. Let's bring to Yuban to break down the major differences between Aussie system and Asian education system. Ready? Here we go. The first questions for you. Teaching style. Aussie's university are about understanding the material before you go into class. Now just memorizing in Asians it cannot adapt to that culture. So Yuben, how did you adapt to this new approach?
Mm, for me, I think at first it's really hard to adapt into the situation like that, but I try for like in my experience, I think it's really better to understand the content of your subject better than you memorize everything, because as long as you understand what it is, you immediately everything is going into your education. You can just share out loud better than memorizing by your mouth. It take more time.
Yeah, I agree with you like that too because we need to have a critical thinking inside to understand and
Yeah.
a deep understanding about that topics. It's not only about memorize. So I think
Hmm.
when you study like that, you can explain by your understanding, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
okay, let's move to the next questions. Group work. It's like everyone in university in Australia. So, Yuben, how did you find working in group here? Was it difficult from your countries? What are some difficulties that you may face and how you overcome that?
Oh, that's a great question. Um, for me, back home in Australia, like Cambodia and Australia, it's quite not much different in when I'm studying English back home. It's a bit similar. Like they also have group work back home. Also a foreigner teacher who teaching me. As but I study in part time. I'm not studying in full time, so it's a bit like yeah, it's much different for me if
Yeah,
I come here to study in like full subject because I'm doing pharmacy, right? It's
yeah,
like chemistry, biology, or in English is like a
mm-hmm.
large amount for me to take everything. But
Yeah,
yeah, and I think it's different, and like if I want to face and overcome what the different that I just said,
mm-hmm.
maybe try to express what you're like thinking in the group work,
Mm-hmm.
like share your thought and everything, be brave and talk to the friends in the group, like just make friends to people you don't know. I think they all nice, they all friendly. They're not that bad. I think friendly, like people here are all friendly, and yeah, you can do your work. So the main thing is communication, I think.
Yeah, okay. So just open your heart and everyone will welcome you, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So next, moving to the third question, is really important and critical for every new students, new freshman in university. That is assignments. So how did you handle those amount heavy assignment you had to do deep independent research? So what is overwhelming at first? Can you say about your opinion?
Mm, it's kind of overwhelmed for me in first year when I just
Mm-hmm.
came into the pharmacy. It's like a lot of assignment. You have to do a lot of pre-work before you like going to workshop in the class. So it's kind of overwhelmed. So I start to planning all my like routine of study. What should I do for a day? Start planning all the step by step, and like I think the tip for me to doing like catch up all the assignment deadline is to um don't left out until the end of the due date of the deadline that assignment is due. So you can start researching step by step, one like a day by day until like half of the assignment, and you can just take note and everything. You can look up through all the note that you have from your research. I think it's take a lot time better than left at until the end of the day that assignment is due.
Yeah, I totally agree with you at this point because we have a lot of subjects. That's why if we cannot have the own timetable, we hard to control all of that,
Yeah.
and maybe we can miss it.
Mm.
Okay, I think reference is really weird for a new freshman. That's why it's have in here. So I'm really curious how you overcome to write the reference list because when I was in the first years, it's so hard for me to know how to write a reference and arrange it into the right format. So how can you learn it and apply it into your essays? Can you share it for us?
Yeah. For referencing, I think every like assignment you like some of subject you need referencing. So it's like basically it's the most important thing for you to like know. So I think my uni, so La Trobe Uni, they have the website for us to have a look at, like in library website, in library the LMS, and we can just check the referencings that um a lot of formats, so you can just follow in there. They have like um it's depend on your teacher professor. They want what kind of referencings, so they have the referencing tool in there. You can just search up and follow the format that your subject like teacher they want, so you can just follow in there. And I think also have a website that called MyBib. can
Yeah.
can just like, yeah, it's help, it's like AI help, but do not rely on that website too much. You can just like get a sample from there and then just change like what your teacher want, so just not rely on that. I think this is the thing that I know for referencings.
Yeah, I think that's a really helpful advice because I always forget how to reference in the right way. That's why I always go to that website to check it. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay, let's move to the next question is about academic integrities. It's quite scary. You cannot talk about Aussie university life without mentioning academic integrity. No cutting corners here, honey, because what was your experience with many academic integrity while also ensuring you do your research properly? What do you think about it?
So academic Great tea is like really serious in
Yeah,
like all uni, and I think it's like depend on the person you are. You can't just cheat on whatever. So I
like
think
it's serious more than we think, right? Yeah.
yeah, it's related to law too. If you just go out to work and you just take like other people work, it's really bad. So I think for me, you better do your own work, and you just like I think the tip up there we already talked about is like referencing toll, already talk about what we're gonna do, and then researching like all the assignment. You can just manage all the time, do it earlier is better, and take the note. You have your own note and planner of what you're doing step by step every day, or I think at least a day by day, just do a little bit. And also you can use the tool in website, any website, like paraphrasing tool. It's good for like you can put your work in there, and then they help you to use a good like how can I say academic kind of word. You can get an idea, but not just a copy from there. Get an idea what
Yeah.
they write, and you can just know, oh, you do it this way, it's right. Yeah, and better referencing what you just take whatever from source you take from. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to have a look on the website to know how to reference correctly before we go to write.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, work-life balance. That's really important for international students because Australians
Yeah.
know how to chill, work, and study all at once. But especially in international student, we not also studying. We also need have a work. That's why it's really a big challenge for us to balance between that. So how that how did you change your routine when you have a placement, right?
Yeah, for me, it's really hard at first also,
Mm-hmm.
and I think I'm still in process to balance all both work and study. Um, so my first year, I have the placement. Like I think it's not much. It's just 2 hours, 4 hours only for each placement. So I went to two placements. So for me, I did the planner, like which day I'm going to, what I need to prepare. I'm using Google Calendar. It's really good and like help me track all my things in there. And I think sleep well, eat well, and then for working, at first for me I can't balance. I was working all whole day and can't even doing all my school stuff, and then I just decide not to work at first, and then an idea is study first, and then after I think now I'm currently in second year, I'll apply for another chemist warehouse job, so I get in. So I think it's better for me do not work too much, so you just work in your free time, and you need to have some time for your study also, because as an international student, you came here for student visa. You came here for study but not work, so you need to know what your goal. So you finish your study first in order to work. Yeah, that's what my goal.
And I think especially that we can choose the job that can support your future career
Yeah,
is
yeah,
much better than we work as a coffee barista like that. Like
yeah,
it's not meaningful in the future for us.
yeah. But I think some they doing like business
Mm-hmm.
student. It's I think it's helped them, because I heard some of my friend they doing a lot of like cafe or barista or whatever
Yeah,
bakery, but so they gain experience from the boss that
yeah,
manager that they working together. So you
mm-hmm.
just share experience from each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's good also, as long as you
Okay.
balance. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Thanks for your advice for a freshman who prepare for a
Oh,
new year in university in Australia. You guys have a such great tips. Honestly, I think listeners are going to take away a ton of valuable advice from this. Those are 6 points for today workshop for today for Spark. If you love this episode, make sure that hit like, subscribe, and drop your biggest comment below for me to know. And now we can say goodbye to the guest because she already shared all of her experience through about 2 years, right? For all of us to
Yeah.
know and understand and to learn it to gain for your new journal when you come to Australia.
Yeah. Thank you.
Can you say goodbye in your mother language to for all the audience they can know?
Oh yeah, sure. And we have the culture. You need to doing like this.
Okay.
Like ជំរាបលា
ជំរាប
ជំរាបលា
ជំរាបលា
Yeah, that's right.
ជំ
That's
រាប
good.
លា Okay. See ya.